Lisa Schuman. I'm Director of Mental Health Services for RMA of Connecticut. And I'm here with Lisa Rosenthal, who's patient advocate. And we're here today to talk about...
September is the month of transitions at RMA of Connecticut, and we're talking about from the simplest transitions to the most difficult transitions. Lisa pointed out to me last week that mostly when it comes to fertility, we're making transitions because something hasn't worked. But there are ways to make transitions easier, and we're here all month long to help you make those transitions smoother so that the heart and the head are in sync.
But it's not always easy to get them in sync, right? And so sometimes we start, let's say, starting at home trying to get pregnant, and it's not working, and it's disappointing, and then we have to wrap our mind around maybe making a phone call to the doctor. Or maybe we're at the doctor's office and the doctor's making suggestions that aren't working, and then we have to wrap our mind around maybe seeing a specialist. And how do we do that? Maybe there are other steps. Maybe some treatments we're trying are not working, and then we have to think about what's the next step. All those things are really, really hard to get to. And it involves sometimes talking to friends and family, sometimes it involves spending a little too much time with Dr. Google, sometimes it involves talking to other experts in the field, but certainly we feel that counseling is really fabulous in helping you get to a different place. Now, how you get to that place requires moving from one step to the other, and as you probably can imagine, moving from unacceptance into acceptance, it seems like it's miles away, right? You're not able to accept something, and then you move to acceptance in a very slow way and a gradual way, hopefully, so that your heart can really catch up with your mind. But we really feel that it is helpful to put your mind ahead a little bit as you're on this process. And Lisa and I have come up with some ideas about how you can best do that, and we're going to illustrate them for you today.
And you know, part of it is just thinking, you know, when you flip a light switch on, there's a dramatic difference, particularly at night. It's on, the light's there, it's off, it's dark. But not every decision is as clear-cut as that, and going from a hard no to a maybe, a softer maybe, I'm thinking about it, I'm investigating it, to a possibly yes, and then sometimes to a yes and sometimes not.
So let's illustrate. We have a little chart.
Sure, I get the unacceptable one, Lisa.
Sorry, Liz. So, you know, if you think about if you're here and you have to move all the way over here, it can be a really long road walking all the way over to this place. And it's really good to honor that feeling and how hard that is, and how hard it might be for your partner, how two of you might not be on the same page, how difficult the transition's going to be at work or personally, medically, you know, for a million reasons. And I'm sure you understand what we're talking about. So if you're here, maybe you want to think about moving here. Not jumping all the way to here, but maybe moving from here to here. And how you do that is putting your mind ahead of your body in some ways. We certainly don't advocate leaving your body behind entirely, but maybe pushing your mind ahead and thinking, well, what's unacceptable? Maybe we can make it, maybe not.
And it might be that you do some research. It might be all of the things, right? So unacceptable, examples of unacceptable are pretty easy. Unacceptable, I'm not going to the doctor to have a baby. I don't want to do that, right? But then all of a sudden, a year has gone by and you're ready to have been pregnant and have had a baby already, it hasn't happened. Now maybe we move into it's not so unacceptable, and maybe that's when you start researching what board-certified reproductive endocrinologists are in the area. You know, who did your friends see? Who does your OBGYN refer to? You know, the unacceptable might be, I'm going to do an IUI, but I'm not doing injections. Or you're going to do in vitro fertilization, but I'm not doing donor sperm or donor egg. You know, these are some of the transitions that we come up against where sometimes we just get this hard, not me, not doing it. Mm-hmm. And as Lisa was saying, jumping to over there, that's a big jump. But walking along this path makes what Lisa aptly described as very difficult to, I think, much more manageable.
If you're looking at this and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm here, there's no way I can get here, you know what? Do this. Just think about going from here to here. That's all you have to do for now, right? And try this on. You just want to try it on for size. You know, sometimes we buy shoes that we're in love with and we wear them and our feet hurt after a little while, right? And so sometimes we buy other shoes and we think, oh, they're okay, but we end up loving them. So we don't know how we're gonna feel until we try it on for a while, right? So let's think about just trying this on for a little bit. Just try it on, walk around with it, talk to your friends and family about it, think about it, see how it feels. And if your body starts to feel a little bit more accepting, then you can maybe move to here.
Yeah, I have a few personal examples for when I was in fertility treatment, and unacceptable was there was no way that I was gonna be doing injections, no way. So I was the queen of unacceptable. I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. And luckily I had friends, family, and professionals helping me by not pushing me and not insisting that, yeah, I really had to do this. I had to do this and I had to do it right now. Luckily, I did not have that happen, and I hope your experience is that that doesn't happen to you either, because we need to be independent people in this process, and in making these transitions, we need to feel comfortable to get to that acceptable place. So I was the queen. I wasn't gonna do that, and then 3 months later, 6 months later, I'd be doing it, because I had spent the time processing, investigating, researching, talking. And frankly, had I understood this process better, I probably would have done a lot better in treatment and not felt so scared. Because what's scary is when you're here, but you know that actually, right, your brain knows that to have the baby, to have the pregnancy is here, and you can't figure out how to get here. That's really scary, don't you think?
It's very scary. Or you're here because you feel that maybe you can have a baby without getting to here, right? And it's hard to wrap your mind around that maybe it's gonna be important to move along this continuum. So even if you're feeling like, well, I can be here because I really don't need to be any further, sometimes it's okay to just move along this continuum just a little bit. Push yourself in your mind a little bit. And I think, again, counseling is really helpful for that. We can start to uncover some of the reasons why it's hard to move, try to digest some of your emotional experience, and that helps you move a little bit. Fertile yoga is fabulous because it really helps you feel calm and helps your mind rest, and so it allows you to uncover some of the things that are underneath and helps really honor what you're doing and moving along this continuum as well.
And I was just gonna say, Ladies' Night In, online and in person, is also a wonderful thing, because you hear women who say, I would never do this, and now I'm here, or now I'm here, or now I'm here, I'm doing it. I never thought I could give myself an injection. Are you kidding? I'm afraid of needles, never gonna happen. And here they are, they've gotten the first injection over and say, you know, that wasn't so bad. I can do this. You think about it, instead of a light switch, think about opening the door a crack and letting some light in, right? So here you are, door is firmly shut, right? That's double bolted locked. You know, there's every lock you can have. And here, maybe you've unlocked the doors. You know, maybe you've unlocked those locks. And here, maybe you're cracking the door open. And here, the door is wide open, because you've allowed yourself to transition. And that's why we at RMA of Connecticut have really focused on transitions for September, to allow yourself a process as opposed to flipping a switch, which doesn't always work.
Correct, absolutely. We honor the whole person here.
Yes, that's a great way to end, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us at Lunch with Lisa's. Lisa Schuman, Director of Mental Health at RMA of Connecticut, and Lisa Rosenthal, Patient Advocate.